In the context of her family going through constant changes, Nicole is facing a complex inner mental battle. The recent breakup with her family makes her ponder, look back at the past and the decisions she has made. But not only her family, her heart is still heavy with the broken marriage with Ted. The feeling of loss, disappointment, and being lost in a world full of sudden changes makes Nicole unable to stop thinking about what has passed. Although time has passed, Nicole still cannot completely let go of the memories and the small hopes for a second chance. Those feelings do not stop at missing the past, but also thoughts about whether it is possible to get back with Ted, or just because of loneliness and emptiness after the family breakup. Is it possible to forgive the mistakes of the past, or is it time to end everything completely? Is the question that Nicole constantly asks herself. Anita, Nicole's mother, was the first to notice her daughter's mental instability. She began to worry about Nicole's mental instability as she silently mourned what had been lost. Anita couldn't help but wonder if Nicole was thinking about giving Ted a second chance. Did she really want to get back with her ex-husband? Or was it just the loneliness and emptiness after the family breakup that made her unable to escape the beautiful memories of the past? The tension in the relationship between Nicole and Ted began to escalate when Nicole had not yet completely forgiven Ted when a big shock came. The painful memories of the past were brought back, making Nicole feel like she had never really escaped. She not only had to face the psychological fatigue from the family breakup, but also had to face the terrible truths from Ted, her former husband. Would this shock shatter all the hope Nicole still had? The biggest question on Nicole's mind is whether she can forgive Ted for his mistakes. They had so many good memories, but the past cannot always be a reason to continue a broken relationship. Is Nicole looking for forgiveness, or just a temporary comfort from old memories? Can she accept Ted's mistakes and continue to love him, or will she choose to leave, leaving everything behind? Ted, who used to be Nicole's husband, certainly cannot help but notice the change in her. He can sense that Nicole is thinking about a reunion, and that makes him confused and uneasy. How can he convince her that he has changed? Will the promises and sweet memories of the past be enough to make Nicole open up and give him a second chance? Or is there a painful truth that he must face? That their relationship can never be the same again? The story becomes more tense when an event occurs that causes Nicole and Ted to face another shock. And this time, not just memories, but also undeniable evidence. Leslie, a mysterious and powerful character, may release evidence that Ted is not only an unreliable husband, but also has wronged her. This will surely make Nicole rethink everything. How will Nicole react when faced with this painful truth? Will she be able to continue to forgive Ted? Or will she be swept away by anger and grief? And for Ted, will he be able to accept the fact that his relationship with Nicole cannot be repaired? Despair may turn into anger, and once again, he will hurt the people he once loved. Ted's anger may be directed at Leslie, as she is the one who exposed the truth and destroyed any hope of a relationship reunion. Will Leslie pay the price for causing this rift in Nicole and Ted's relationship, or will she face the uncontrollable anger of Ted, who feels betrayed by the very people he trusted? This complex emotional picture continues to revolve around the decisions, emotions, and unpredictable reactions of each character. Nicole must not only face her loss but also face the harsh truths about her relationship with Ted. Can she find peace in her decision, or will she forever be lost in ambiguity and mixed emotions? Only time will tell, but it is certain that this relationship will never be the same. The power struggle in the Dupree family is reaching its climax, not only a battle between people who love each other, but also a confrontation about power, betrayal, and greed. Nicole, facing difficult decisions, still seems to be unclear about what she really wants. Not only is she dealing with the memories of her relationship with Ted, but she also has a much heavier responsibility, deciding how to protect her family in a time of chaos and danger. Nicole's mother, Anita, is constantly worried about her daughter's situation. The signs of change in Nicole make her feel uneasy. However, Anita cannot help but realize that, as part of the struggle, Nicole is struggling with conflicting emotions: love and hatred, forgiveness and revenge. However, she also understands that to keep the Dupree family together, begins to realize that the fight is not only to win what she deserves, but also to punish those who betrayed her. In Leslie's eyes, Nicole is not only the woman who took what she once had, but also a symbol of betrayal. Ted's secrets, no matter how painful, cannot change the fact that Nicole was once the person she loved the most. When Leslie accidentally discovers clear evidence of the shady relationship between Ted and her anger becomes an uncontrollable fire. She knows that this is her chance for revenge, to completely destroy the trust that Nicole and Ted have for each other. Every relationship in the Dupree family is no longer a connection of love and trust, but a power arena, where each person seeks to push the other out of their lives to gain what they believe they deserve. The evidence that Leslie possesses is a double-edged sword. If she makes it public, it will not only ruin Nicole and Ted's relationship, but also overthrow the peace that has existed in the Dupree family. But is Leslie really ready to bring about these terrible consequences? Will she realize that this game can hurt herself, and that power is not the thing that maintains love? Or will she let her hatred take over, tearing down everything she has built? Meanwhile, Ted has no idea that he is about to face a huge storm. He still has hope that Nicole will come back to him, and that the mistakes of the past can be forgiven. But the painful truth gradually emerges when the evidence from Leslie becomes a weapon against him. How can Ted protect himself when his mistakes have become irreparable? Can he continue to convince himself that he deserves a second chance? Or will he have to face the reality that his past will haunt his life forever? The conflict in the Dupree family becomes more intense than ever as each member has his own personal motivations. Nicole, struggling with loneliness and grief, still has a difficult decision to make: to keep what is left of the family, or to let it all go to find a new life. She is not only facing Ted, but also her own mother, whom she loves but is also gradually becoming a part of this power struggle. Betrayal comes not only from Ted or Leslie, but also from those closest to her. Every decision Nicole makes will not only change her relationship with Ted, but also reshape all relationships in the Dupree family. This change is not simply a love story, but also a struggle for power in a wealthy and ambitious family. Mistakes in the past, hidden secrets will gradually be revealed, and everyone will have to pay the price for their choices. Ted sits alone in the dark room. The dim light from the table lamp casts a long streak of light on the wall. His mind returns to the sweet memories of a time gone by, the happy days with Nicole. Everything was simple and beautiful, like a perfect picture that he always wanted to keep in his heart. But now that past seems to be nothing more than a wound that cannot be healed. Ted clearly feels the price he has to pay for his mistakes, but that cannot make him forget the feelings he has for Nicole. He knew that things could never go back to the way they were. Betrayals, lies, and bad decisions had pushed Nicole away. But Ted's hope was not easily extinguished. He still believed that there was a second chance for them, that love could conquer all. However, a growing fear invaded his mind. Would that love still exist in Nicole's heart? Or would there be only indifference and hurt that he could not erase? Ted felt like a man standing on the edge of a cliff, ready to jump but not knowing if he could save this relationship. Every day, he convinced himself that if Nicole could forgive, he would change, would never disappoint her again. But was that enough? When he himself could not find peace in his soul, how could he expect a reunion that would bring happiness to both of them? Meanwhile, Nicole's mother, Anita, can't help but notice the conflict in her daughter's heart. She has witnessed the sadness, loneliness, and long nights of restlessness in Nicole's mind. As a mother, Anita always wants her daughter to find happiness. But is she too hasty in pushing Nicole to get back with Ted, the man who hurt her? This raises a big question in Anita's mind. Will Nicole and Ted's reunion really bring happiness? Or will it just continue the painful cycle they've been through? Anita can't help but feel an urge to help her daughter face her deep emotions, so that Nicole can find her way. But is she capable of helping Nicole see things clearly? Or will it only create more stress and hurt for her daughter? In fact, Anita is not only facing Nicole's own conflict, but also facing her own helplessness in not being able to do anything to change what happened between Nicole and Ted. For a mother who always protects her daughter, seeing her daughter immersed in sad and painful memories makes Anita feel insecure. She does not want Nicole to continue living in pain, but she cannot force her to do things she is not ready for. On the one hand, Anita wants Nicole to realize that she needs to face her feelings before making any decisions. But on the other hand, she is also afraid that the past will never let Nicole see clearly about the present and the future. During a frank conversation, Anita decides to try another option. She cannot let Nicole continue to be entangled in the past without a clear decision. But is she really doing the right thing by creating a situation where Nicole cannot avoid the truth? Anita decides to secretly create a situation where Nicole will have to face the questions she has been trying to avoid for so long. This may bring to light Nicole's true feelings, but it could also be a painful turning point for the relationship between mother and daughter. How will Nicole react when she learns that her mother has secretly created a situation where she has to face things she is not ready to accept? Will Nicole's reaction be anger, or will she feel gratitude for finally facing the truth? Perhaps, in this moment, Nicole will find the answer to the questions that have haunted her for so long. Can she forgive Ted? Or is it time to let go of this relationship completely? The truth, no matter how difficult, must eventually be faced. The love between Nicole and Ted may still be there, but is it strong enough to overcome the deep wounds in each person's heart? Or is everything simply a continuation of irreversible mistakes? Only Nicole can find the answer, but it will not be simple because it touches on deep emotions and difficult decisions. Will a reunion bring happiness to both, or just a return to the storms they have gone through? Everything will be clear only when Nicole is truly ready to face herself and the feelings she has tried to hide inside. But at that time, will Ted still be the man she once loved? Or will he just be a part of the past that cannot be changed?